Good afternoon, everybody. Tim, grateful to be here and grateful to share the words from some of our readings. Having a bit of a rough day. Being patient with myself and not giving time for people to respond to something. I may have texted or messaged in certain apps. Like I mentioned before, I relapsed a couple weeks ago and my emotions are out of control and beat myself up pretty hard still, which I know I shouldn't. I still am, and then lashing out at others. And all I've done is give me grace and forgiveness. I just want to share that real quick. Today is just for today, June 14th. Maintaining our faith. If we maintain our spiritual condition daily, we find it easier to deal with the pain and confusion. Basic text, page 95. When we first began searching for a power greater than ourselves, many of us got stuck in the old beliefs or ideas. These ranged from fear of punishing our eventual God to no belief at all. Some of us felt we had done such terrible things that a loving higher power would never have anything to do with us. Others were convinced that the bad things that happened to us would not have occurred if a loving power had actually existed. It took time, effort, open-mindedness, and faith to acquire a working belief in the loving higher power that guides us through life's challenges. I'm going to have to pause it. I have to plug in my laptop. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Saying sorry for something I don't need to be sorry about. Saying sorry about. See, that's another thing. Saying sorry, then someone will point out saying, no, I'm sorry, and I'll say sorry for being sorry. It's just something that's instilled me at a very young age with certain set of foster parents. But that's another story for another day. I'll continue with just for today. Even after we come to believe in a power greater than ourselves, our old ideas can come back to haunt us. Major setbacks in our lives and insecurity such events can trigger may give us the rise to the return of our old inadequate ideas about God. When this happens, we need to assure ourselves that our higher power has not abandoned us, but is waiting to help us make it through the hard times in our recovery. No matter how painful our loss may be, we will survive our setbacks and continue to grow if we maintain the faith that our program has given us. Just for today, I have worked hard to build my faith in a loving, caring, higher power that will guide me through life's challenges. Today I will trust that power. Okay, now on to page 95 in the basic text. Each day, most of us ask our higher power to help us stay clean. Each night, we give thanks for the gift of recovery. As our life becomes more comfortable, many of us lapse into spiritual complacency and risking relapse. We find ourselves in the same horror and loss of purpose from which we have been given only a daily reprieve. This is hopefully when our pain motivates us to renew our daily spiritual maintenance. One way that we can continue our conscious contact, especially in hard times, is a list of things for which we are grateful. Many of us have found that setting aside quiet time for ourselves is helpful in making conscious contact with our higher power. By quieting the mind, meditation can lead us to calmness and serenity. This quieting of the mind can be done in any place, time, or manner according to the individual. Our higher power is accessible to us at all times. We receive guidance when we ask for knowledge of God's will for us. Gradually, as we become more God-centered than self-centered, our spirit turns to hope. Change also involves a great source of fear, the unknown. Our higher power is a source of courage that we need to face this fear. Some things we must accept, others we can change. The wisdom of the difference comes from the growth in our spiritual program. If we maintain our spiritual condition daily, we find it easier to deal with the pain and confusion. This is the emotional stability that we are so badly needed. With the help of our higher power, we never have to use again. Never. No matter what. Just for today. Any clean addict is a miracle. We keep this miracle alive in ongoing recovery with positive attitudes. If after a period of time we find ourselves in trouble with the recovery, we will probably stop doing one or more of the things that helped us in the early stage of recovery. That includes meetings, regular contact with my sponsor, which I've done neither in a long time, are going to groups meetings that are spiritual based. I need to put more effort into that. And actually pick up the phone and talk to somebody before I go out and relapse, not after. There's been a couple times, a long time ago, where Even after talking for a good 15-30 minutes, I still do it because my mind is set to do it. Even with the words of encouragement and things spoken, words of wisdom and encouragement spoken to me over the phone, I still do it. Obviously, there is a reservation. It could be anything. I'm not trying to make excuses. That's all I would say on that. Now, spiritual principle of the day, June 14th. Faith and spiritual principles. Many of us use spiritual principles as power greater than ourselves. It works. Step 2. We all have different experiences with religion and beliefs that we arrive in a. Some of us were raised in a very religious family, attending mosques, temples, or church regularly, while others grew up in secular homes without much exposure to religion or spiritual matters. One member shared, my parents were both scientists and atheists, and my family exploring spirituality made me more of a rebel than using drugs did. We may show up at our first meeting with an attitude of intolerance toward all things spiritual, thinking that ideas like faith are total rubbish. Others of us may have rejected the idea of spiritual principles because we associate them with the religion of our childhood that failed to protect us from addiction. Or we came to NA with an open mind, eager to try something new, or desperate to find something that would work for us. Regardless of our past experience with spiritual or religious matters, we all have work to do when we get there. We all need to learn to live in a principled manner. On the surface, it may seem like faith and higher power should come easier to those of us who grew up with strong convictions about what higher power is. In reality, the ability to act in faith can have very little to do with our beliefs, secular or religious. Part of acting in faith is giving up the illusion of control. Whether we want to acknowledge it or not, every principle discussed in this meditation book is a force beyond our control. We can allow the power of principled actions to guide us, or we can struggle to use our own power to control our lives, which doesn't always work, and I should know that by now. Step 2 does not say we came to believe in power greater self. It says we came to believe in power greater than ourselves could restore us to sanity. It doesn't matter whether we understand how or why, we constantly get better results from the principled actions that we do from self-will. As we experience the results of living by spiritual principles, we come to believe that sanity, peace of mind, and connection to ourselves and others is possible for us. There are countless forces in life that I may never fully grasp. I'll place my faith in spiritual principles because I know they work, even if I don't always know how or why. So, stop questioning it and pray for it. Alright, have a good day, everybody. Bye.